We have Jeremy Hamelin. He is talking about financing for the future. And we appreciate that you came in to help us out tonight. You've been talking to a lot of people so far as we move through 2021 about their different options. And you were talking to just our team the other day about some of the neat options in the marketplace. What do you have? Like, what are most of the conversations you're having right now with people that are engaging the marketplace as we kind of enter into this hot streak in 2021?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for having me tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited to be here. And a lot of the conversations right now are focused on pre-approvals. They're focused on people trying to get ready, get into that spring market in a way that they can shop with confidence, though. They don't want to just jump into the market kind of gung-ho. They want to have everything lined up, have their ducks in a row, ready to go. So a lot of the focus right now has been on those pre-approvals, getting things exactly like I said, ready to go for spring to hand off to you guys.
Well, we really appreciate you doing that and making sure that those are always steadfast. That's the biggest thing that we worry about when we're dealing with anybody in mortgages. Is when we're getting those clients engaging the market, are they in a position to actually move forward without any concern there? So we appreciate the conversations that you have, and a lot of the times you're talking to clients about their situation first. Can you let us know what it's like to have that initial conversation?
Yeah, I love it. I'm a huge relationship guy. I love getting to sit down and chat with my clients, get to know what their goals are, not just for now, but also in the future. Are you guys looking at having a kid in a couple of years? Because if so, we better get you into a mortgage that's either portable or maybe has a short term. Or, maybe are you looking at doing an investment? Because then we can look at a purchase plus improvements and doing a basement suite. So, a big thing for me is really getting to know my clients, figure out what their goals are, not just for now, but also in the future.
I think that that's a great goal. What do you think that the biggest misnomers are before people talk to you? Like, what are the thing that they think is they're thinking about mortgages that you kind of have to dispel?
You know what? Actually, that's a great question. I had a client today. She wants to buy a house. She's got the income. Her credit's great, but she thought she had to file her taxes first. She actually didn't know that we can just use her T4 slips and her pay stubs and a job letter. She thought she had to go to her accountant, get all of those tax documents filed, and then she can come and talk to us. So we've actually been able to speed up her process by about 60 days by getting everything done now.
I bet you she's really upset about that.
Not at all.
Well, that's great. I think that there should be more people gaining that type of information early on. You were also mentioning that as you're talking to new buyers, they kind of come to you a little bit guarded. They're worried that you're going to talk to them in ways that make everything sound good that aren't going to be good later. And that's not my experience of you at all.
I really appreciate that, Taylor. One thing that I personally really believe in, and our team as a whole, is education first. So, one of our little slogans, I know Tony knows it well, and I absolutely try to live by it every day, is we like to do 99% educating and 1% funding. At the end of the day, I firmly believe that any broker can get you those great rates. We all essentially have access to, the same lenders, to the same institutions, but really the true value lies in that educational experience that you're going to receive. Do you understand what you're signing? Did your broker explain to you the pros and cons of your mortgage? Because even the best mortgage out there, I promise you, there's still a drawback or two. So we want to make sure that our clients are understanding absolutely every aspect of that mortgage. So yes, you're 100% right. They do come a little guarded at times, but once we start explaining things, start educating them, showing them that the true value is in understanding the product, everyone's good to go.
I really appreciate that. And I think that more people should be having these types of conversations because a lot of people feel under pressure because they're coming to talk to you after they've already found a house. They're in the pending process. It's a day after they agreed on the offer and you only have 8 days left.
Exactly. That definitely happens.
I wish more people would understand that is that's what it's like. If you get a mortgage after you find the house, where 100%. Really they could be talking to you how early. Like if somebody was thinking that they were going to shop in the spring and maybe they're going to start taking a look around in April, when's the right time to call Jeremy from Quickfire?
Another great question. So, realistically, we can do rate holds for up to 120 days. So 4 months out if a client is looking to shop now. But if they, maybe potentially have a couple credit hiccups or they have some things they want us to review their file so they can understand it properly, I would honestly say as early as a year out. that gives us a great opportunity to get that credit, get the income documents, really figure everything out. And then we can let our clients know, hey, we do have this one credit hiccup we need to work on. So let's put a plan in place to do that together. Or potentially maybe it's on the income side. Hey, Taylor, I really need you to earn 65,000 this year to get into the house you're thinking of. Then you know exactly what you need to work for throughout the year.
I think that is great information, because I think there's a lot of people out there that don't even think someone would want to talk to them a year out. And
I
you're
love
saying
talking
that
to
might be
people.
the best time.
Couldn't agree more. I absolutely love talking to people. It is never a waste of time. Anytime that we can sit down with someone and they trust us to really look at their file, look at their finances with them and help them prepare for the future, that's why I got into this business.
Man, that's awesome. And that's one of the reasons that we consider you a trusted expert. Now, there was something that you dropped as a nugget the other day. We are talking as a team, and you were mentioning that right now we're starting to smell fix and flips everywhere. And there's some financing that is really set up. So it could be that there's a family out there that is thinking that their future is a duplex and they're just not happy with that. Right. And you were saying that if we found a property that was set up properly, they could actually get an income suite in the basement, and there's a lender that would finance that.
100%. So it's called a purchase plus improvements. It's a super cool product that a lot of lenders do offer. So the purchase plus improvements allows you to take out a mortgage on the home, and then you can finance a certain amount of that property up to $40,000 or more in certain circumstances. And then you can actually use that money to do the renovations to create the basement suite. That $40,000, I know it seems like a lot. It doesn't seem to make sense, borrowing money to borrow money, kind of as it was. But you're actually borrowing that 40,000 to invest in yourself and to invest in your future. So that 40 grand is actually only going to cost you on average about $160 a month. And then what we can do with that is we can run a market rents analysis to figure out what that suite, what that unit would actually rent for at the end of the day. Let's assume, for example, that specific unit was going to rent for about $1,200. Subtract the $160 that you had to put into your mortgage, that you had to increase your payment. You're still coming home with over $1,000 extra income a month. And those same lenders will actually allow us to take 50% of that money, put it back into your income, and actually increase your purchasing power.
Wow. So not only could you get a suite, but you could include the eventual rent.
Extra income.
That's
100%.
incredible. That's definitely going to make some more options for some people out there that they may not have considered. And we definitely know some people that are or some properties that would fit that bill coming to the market. There's so many of those bungalows that have the right setup at the backyard or at the back step to kind of lead down the stairs. And if they were built in the 1970s, the neat thing is that economics works with you. Because in the 1970s, if you took the average family and adjusted it for inflation, they'd be impoverished by today's standards. So in those basements is like carpet with no underlay. They got like the wood panel walls.
Ooh,
You're not even going to shed a tear where you're taking that out to get your new income suite.
Quick story, Taylor. I actually grew up in Clairview on the north side, and the house I grew up in, it had those beautiful wood panel walls.
Yeah, that's something that I remember from my childhood as well. That was back when they didn't have all the great real estate terms for what it was. I think you called it a rumpus room.
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you coming by. This is Jeremy Hamelin from Quickfire Mortgage Solutions, talking to you about options that might be more dynamic than the options that you're getting currently, talking to you about making relationships with clients that you may not be getting from your current lender. And if you're taking a look at this summer or next summer, what Jeremy's saying is it's never too early to start laying the foundation so that you can make this an awesome plan, because it could be that some of these solutions are things that you don't know about. Do you have a message for the marketplace as we enter into 2021? Is there something that you wish more people knew about?
Honestly, I wish more people would contact their mortgage broker, contact their mortgage professional, even if the thought enters their head, not only of buying, but also of selling. We want to make sure that, maybe the payout penalty, we want to make sure we can work around that. Maybe that mortgage is portable. So as soon as you think real estate, think realtor and think broker.
I appreciate that. And that's a good term, because it could be when you renew as well. Well, Thank you so much for coming by. We really appreciate you. Everybody can find your contact information on our trusted expert list, because we consider you a trusted expert. So thanks for coming by tonight. We really appreciate it.
And you know what? I really appreciate you having me, Taylor.